Hi, everybody. Nate Eaton. We are outside the Ada County Courthouse awaiting a verdict from the jury who has been deliberating about 5-6 hours now. You might remember Laura. I spoke with her a couple of weeks ago. You served on the Lori Vallow jury. So what is it like to be out here knowing what they're doing inside?
I've been shaking like a leaf all morning.
Have you?
This is torture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard not knowing what's going on, you know. Last year we all knew what was going on, and I wasn't nervous. I mean, I was nervous to deliberate, but once we got in there and started talking, you know, I may have paced around a little bit during deliberations, but we ate lunch before we came out to give the verdict, and it was just really relieving. You know, we could see the media out here in front of the courthouse, and we were just kind of laughing, knowing that we knew what was going on and nobody else did. And now I'm on the other side, and I'm like, this is such torture.
Right. So you were here yesterday for closings.
Yes.
And what did you think of those closing arguments?
I thought Lindsay Blake did an amazing job. She really laid it out and really summarized everything well for the jury to go back and discuss. And then, yeah, I mean, John Pryor did his thing. You know, I disagree with every single thing that he said, and I think that he twisted some truths. But he gave a defense, and obviously that's what we want. And, you know, on appeals, he can't say, well, I didn't have a defense, and John Pryor didn't do his job, because he did.
And you mentioned when we chatted a couple of weeks ago that you wanted that defense in Lori's case. Mm-hmm. You had said you were waiting for that, and you were angry when they didn't have a defense. Yeah. So as much as people might bash the defense for whatever they might say, as you just mentioned, yep, at least it's there.
Yep. And it gave the jury something to think about other than just, I mean, there was no doubt in my mind that she was guilty by the end of it. But, you know, I would have liked to have heard her side. I know she doesn't have to give her side, but I wanted something. Why? I still feel like I want to know why. Why would you do this?
Yeah. A lot of people might, you know, look at a jury, for those of us that haven't served on one, and be like, you've got these 12 strangers thrown together in a mix. You never know what's going to happen. Yep. You had told me that you had a good jury. You liked your jury. You guys, I mean, came out with the verdict, and nobody was bleeding or no issues like that. What can you say, if you want to say anything to the public, about what we should know about what's happening with the deliberations, with the jury? Is there anything that you would share?
Well, they have a lot of instructions to go through, and that does take time. Whether you feel like she's guilty or not, you have a responsibility as a juror, and you can feel the weight on your shoulders going through all those instructions. I mean, they had 41 instructions, and underneath the 41 isn't just one thing. There's multiple items below each instruction, and so we were not attorneys, so we needed to go through each one of those and discuss them. So it takes time.
And now there's 42 instructions after this morning.
Oh, right.
Because the jury came back with a question, and there was a little bit of, not panic, but a buzz when they came in and said, we're going to hold a hearing, there's a question. Then all of us had to leave, and then we got back in. And basically on count 6, the jury wanted to know if the elements that were contained within the charge had not been listed out. It seemed like it was just kind of an oversight on behalf of the court. So they listed that out, but that shows these jurors are reading those instructions, as you mentioned, that you have to.
Yep. And you that's so good. I'm glad to hear that. Although it's torture out here right on this side, it's good to hear that they're doing that. And it doesn't mean anything. Nobody should jump to any conclusions one way or the other.
Real quick, what's been the reaction since we last spoke to you? I mean, yeah. I know I've gotten so many supportive emails from you all out there. Yeah. What's it been like for you?
Really amazing. Like, I can't really thank everybody enough for the kind comments. The people who have come up to me in court have been just so kind, and some people, you know, tears in their eyes thanking me for what I did, and I guess I just don't understand that response, but then I lived it, so I can't really. And we all did, all 18 of us did the responsibility that we were given at that time and took it seriously. And it wasn't just me, it was 17 others, even the alternates. We needed them there to get the verdict we got. So, yeah. So thank you to everyone.
Do you have a guess on when we're going to get a verdict? Time and date?
I think it'll be this afternoon by 3 o'clock.
By 3 o'clock. I'm hoping you're right.
I'm
really hoping you're right.
I know. I don't know. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but I think it'll be today.
Yeah. All right, Lori, thank you so much. Juror number 4 in Lori Vallow's case, who has really helped teach all of us about what it's like serving on that jury in such a high-profile case. And I should mention, too, jurors from other high-profile cases have reached out to me, at least, and I've passed the message along. So thank you.
You're
Good
welcome.
seeing you. Thank you for watching.